What's good, y'all? I'm on a small screen. Oh my goodness, here we go. And my nope, here it is. Nope, that's not it. Oh my god, and that's it. There it is. Oopsie, I made a poopsie. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Roy T. Rodriguez. We are back for another one. Finally back. It's been a few like probably 2 weeks since because I think I got on August 1st. I haven't been on since then, only because of the fact that I've been slacking and because I've been doing other shit, dealing with my mental. Every time I come on the podcast, it's something to bring. We bring the static for a reason, and we don't care who's watching, who sees it, and if you feel some type of way, it is what it is. This is what it's about. Static Mike is here for a reason. We talk shit, we say shit, and we do shit. Now, the shit that I will give you will just be regular shit to talk about that I've been going on through my time. Appreciate it. Thank you. Um Basically going on through my time, doing whatever I have to do. Basically through the days I've been having, shit, it's been like rough ones, tough ones, but I've been getting through them. Obviously still dealing with a lot of shit in general. Not previously, just within myself and the things I'm doing at this point right now. Nothing with anyone in particular. Well, sort of, but not in anyone in particular right now. You know what I mean? But, you know, I have my days, I got my good days, got my bad days, got days where I'm just like not up for it or, simply just feel like you're being played with by things. So you come out and you feel a certain way. And thank you. That was Magis 2012. That was his name, the person that said keep it up. Appreciate you, man. Basically, what's going on? I have my last few weeks, basically since the last time we talked. I keep saying basically because basically I'm trying to get to the point. It's been on and off. I've been in rocky situations in my mind mentally, trying to figure out certain things about who I want to be around and who I prefer to be around, and finances and working, all that stuff, legal issues and stuff. I'm still dealing with all that type of stuff that's still going on now. But other than that, um, like I said, I had brighter days. Yesterday was more of a chill day, you know what I mean? But other than that, like I say, anybody who's going through personal things or mental stuff, just definitely work on yourself, bro. Don't let nobody or let nothing fuck with you, bro, because it can. You know what I mean? And I'm one to say it. I can say it out loud. Some things can fuck with me, and I feel like I've gotten to a point to where I can't tolerate shit anymore. There were certain things at some sort anymore, like because when I was previously dealing with certain things with a previous someone. Like I said, I don't drop names here because of the fact that that's not what I do. Unless we bring in a static for that other person to defend themselves, then yeah, I'll we could do that. Have them talk on it, and we could talk the shit. I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, that's not probably gonna happen because that's why I don't name drop. Because if I do, I did name drop the other people because, like I said, I ain't pussy, I ain't soft. I can say to people that I feel some type of thing about right now too. That just recently had issues with, but like it wasn't issues. I'm just trying to defeat and beat around the bush right now instead of be direct with you guys because if I be super direct, it's gonna come out as if I got a problem. You know what I mean? And I only have a problem because something happened. But other than that, I don't have a problem in general. Like, because I let little shit like that go. But the next time, because I explained it to the other person that I was having this conversation with, and she know who she is, and if she watches it, she's probably gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. Next time it ever happens, I'm not gonna be a nice guy. That's just it. And I'm saying that with full confidence and the idea of that do not take my niceness, my sweetness, my me helping you, me doing stuff. Don't take advantage of me, bro. Or don't even try to say my name outside of my name. You know what I mean? Like, don't try to say, hmm, don't try to sub me in something and not be direct about it. And directly, around me too. That's the type of shit. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Yeah. So what I was saying was, don't try to sub me in front of my face, and then me expect me not to react or say anything to you. You know what I mean? And the only thing I could say about is allowing that to happen, or at least the person I was with and chilling with at the time, you know what I mean? Should have know heard exactly what that person said and how they said it. Should have just said something there just to defend my name, because I would do the same for them. You know, if it was me, I wouldn't allow somebody to violate my friend just for no reason if there's no reason for it. You know what I mean? But now it sounds like it's personal to me compared to being like a joke. Because jokes can come out as jokes, but then something just sounded direct and personal compared, because it's like your name was directly put into it instead of it just being about what it was about. You know what I mean? And then that's where it comes to like, don't take my kindness for weakness, bro. Like, don't come with don't that type of energy now, because you're comfortable in the sense the fact that I'm just a nice guy. But the next time it happens and I come out evil and I sound evil and I'm talking evil or I'm saying things, and it was two things that happened. Um with two different people. You know what I mean? And but with the same around group. So that kind of told me this is probably not the group for me. You know what I mean? This ain't it's because the moment it happened, I kind of took it personal right away. And the only reason why is because there's been things lingering for months, and you can just hear it, and you just hear from word of mouth, whatever. There's just huge gossipers in this family. So and in the thing, so you just hear shit. You know what I mean? So it just goes off, and everybody talks about each other, and you hear it. Just think, I listen to everything. So as it goes on, I just end up hearing like how I'm connected into those certain things, and I don't understand how. So in my head, I feel like it's personal because niggas ain't me, niggas never gonna be me, and niggas is not from the city. So like, I'm not trying to jock the city like, oh, New York City all the way. I'm not, because I don't sit there and be repping the city like a thing. I just know where I'm from, and I say where I'm from. I don't sit there and be shy. Yo, I'm from the Lower East Side, born and raised. I was there for 28 years, and then I moved out, and I end up really officially going to, officially away. You know what I mean? That's usually the shit. Nigga, I was born and raised in Lower East Side. Everybody knows me from the lower. That's from there. I was going to school down there my whole life. Like, come on, like that's nothing. But if somebody has a way of using it because they're not from it, because where I'm from, where I'm staying at now, niggas ain't from there. So you can tell, like, when you talk about it, it talks about like, you like, if you think you better than us, you know what I mean? Like that, like, dude, I don't think I'm better than any of y'all, you know what I mean? Of anyone in a sense. So I feel like from then on, it just lingered up around, and then all of a sudden there was a comment that came out with my name in it about the city. And then you come out and just be like, "Whoa, like what the fuck?" Like you be like, "Nigga, do I pay for the city? Like, like, do I own the city, my nigga? Because I rep the city." But that shit kind of tells me, nigga, you jealous, or you feel some type of way about just not being from the city. You, because of the way the city is. You know where we at is trash. You know where we sitting at straight. You ain't got shit out here. Ain't nothing. And I'm only out here because I have to be. Because I got my kids out here. I don't have to be out here. You know what I mean? So I'll be clear about that and all that stuff. I'm not residing out here because of the fact that I have to. I choose to. You know what I mean? They have to. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to do that, but I choose to. You know what I mean? And then it comes with the idea of, you go around these people every day, or sometimes every day, and maybe I'm a little nuts for maybe just being overly thing about it, but maybe that's why I feel like, oh, that's why I'm telling you guys more. And I told the one person, whatever, but I'm pretty sure she might gossip it out too. But if she doesn't, then I could care less if they know. I could give a fuck. At the end of the day, ain't none of them gonna leap like that. You know what I mean? And I'm not sitting here saying like I'm protected and this is that and the other. Nothing can happen to me, but ain't none of them gonna charge at me like that. And I just know, because that's not their energy. That's my energy if I was gonna be like that. But I'm choosing trying not to be that way. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be very respectful and a better person, and not come out evil the way people would be, you know what I mean? And that's the only thing I took from it. Like it was so direct towards me. So obviously there was something there. And that was the first thing that happened with one person during my time that I haven't talked to you guys. The other thing was oh, what was it, bro? Like, oh, what was that shit, man? I'll just give you for it was in the same group, and I'm sitting on there. So now, I'm like I said, this stuff that's being said, if they watch this and anybody watch this that was there, because I repost my stuff, and I ain't like I said, I ain't pussy. Don't test me to like say none of this stuff or any of this stuff and expect no repercussion out of it. You lucky I'm just talking based on it. Because if I react to it the next time, or if they never see it, then I'm gonna be the bad guy. I'm gonna have another story to tell you guys that I violated. You know what I mean? Like I went, I did something stupid. You know what I mean? And I would hate to say that because that's not my character. You know what I mean? That was never my character. I just end up being non-trustworthy to people because of shit like that. I was even joking. You know what I mean? Like that's why I think that's why I say the jokes weren't there with me and that person. The jokes was happening with her and somebody else. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying that in a sense because I don't just go by what you feel, whatever you think is going on. Put two and two together. Everybody's a fucking um cop on this shit now. So you know, you never know. You could solve the case. Um and that shit going, and they were having the back and forth, the little insider, you know what I mean? Whatever the butt of the joke was. But at the end of the day, that was being said. Well, whatever was going on and shit like that. And then it came to just random to me. So that's how I knew it could have been this whole thing could have been about me, you know, the whole time, just laughing, being a certain way, yada yada yada, this, that, and the other. So those little things, you know, that shit got to me. So that kind of showed me like the person I was with kind of was leaning a different way. And yeah, I do feel like that at the end of the day. That I tell that person no. But if they see this, they're gonna see it and all that stuff. And they're probably gonna see it. And if they probably not, they're not. Like, but at the end of the day, like that's just how I feel. That's how I felt about it. And I understand because that's your main thing. That's your main people. You know what I mean? I'm not your main people. That's shown clearly. So that's why I feel like I'm always in a defense of myself. So I made it clear to the person I told about the situation and about how just better if it happens next time, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna do in my sense to what I do to remove myself from situations like that so it doesn't happen next time. So that's just it. At the end of the day, when it comes to the other person that was there in the same group, that person I'm not even worried. I was never worried about the other one, but this person should have never even came out their face in the first place. But I get where everything kind of added up together through the times that I've been around the situation and all these people and all that stuff. So I kind of like it kind of like struck me. You know, it kind of struck me to the thing. It was just like, yo, like this is exactly what this person was saying, but just always kept protecting that person for a reason. So I understood why she protected him, but I'm not stupid. I put two and two together every time there was a conversation that was going on, and I just can hear what they trying to say without trying to say it. And somehow my name was involved in it. You know what I mean? So that's how I knew like hating ass niggas is what it is. But in my mindset now, it's I'm in the game the same way. You know what I mean? Like I'm not playing against the game anymore. And like I said, when I'm gonna get to the other person that said some dumb shit, whatever, but there's a lingering thing that was going on with that, but I'll tell you right now. But yeah, I'm playing the same game that they're playing. So at the end of the day, if that's the game they're playing, that's the role, bro. I was going to, I'm telling you, mental things just because of the fact that something just doesn't seem right. You know what I mean? So like, and maybe I made excuses. I hate to say it. I'm just saying it all right now. I don't give a shit at this point, like, because this is not something that's new anyway. Maybe I made excuses about everything that was going on, but at the same time, I just know what's up. You know what I mean? I just have these feelings about certain things that you can see that's blatantly in front of you, but people just act oblivious of what happens in front of them. You know what I mean? So I'm in the same game. You know what I mean? I didn't see that happen. How did that magically disappear? That's exactly my energy because that's exactly the energy I feel I get all the time. So, if anybody's understanding any of this just understand I'm not a dickhead. I'm a very nice person. I'm I'm taken advantage of or felt like something's being taken advantage of me. It's either I'm playing against you or I'm in the same game and you'll never know. Just because I'm saying it, you'll still never know. Because it's just not something you should do to me. You know what I mean? Or game you should play, and stuff. And I feel like if I'm being direct, forward, honest, and loyal, I expect the same shit from them or anybody. You know what I mean? Like they're saying, I don't waste my time with stupid shit anymore. I don't waste my time with worthless people that do nothing with their lives, which brings me back to that person that had to open his mouth that doesn't absolutely know with his fucking life, literally, and then had to say it out, try to say it out loud to make an embarrassment, bro. Like, and it kind of struck me there too. That shit was like, and that was just like that pushed me. You know what I mean? That pushed me to be like, bet. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. People try to make excuses because they were drunk. People try to make excuses because they were on cocaine. There was people who are making excuses because they were smoking. It's no fucking excuse. That bullshit talk about weirdo shit was all about what you was trying to direct that shit towards, and I know exactly what it was going to. It was being said on multiple times. The person always gave me a story about this multiple times, why he says it, when he says it, and it just all added up on when and who was the weirdos to them. You know what I mean? Oh, that's crazy. My shit just went on brighter. It's even better. Um, and that shit, that strikes me, and that shows like people think people don't respect you the way they say they do. You know what I mean? They just that should change again, bro. So why is it changing? I don't like that. Feels like my filters just randomly changing for no reason. Maybe something's wrong with my camera. Um, but yeah, and that's the thing I don't like because I never showed any disrespect to anybody. I never showed any of that. I just felt the energy from that side and it always felt fine, certain things, but then always something felt like there was a twist in something. You know what I mean? And to this day, it still feels like that. So where my mindset is at now has multiply changed from where it was just probably you saw me 2 weeks ago. Like literally the last time we had this conversation. That's why I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? At this point, going with the flow, ain't making moves with anyone that I don't need to make it with at this point. You know what I mean? Like, ain't shit like that. That's the energy I'm on, bro. Like, this energy is shift and change, and I'm sure they gonna notice. And that's because I'm not a dumb motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not. I just through the times I felt like I seen the stuff, but I feel like when somebody says they defend you, you can see they don't actually defend you, man. They have to go with the flow with that group because of the fact that group is someone who keeps they're close to, they stick to. So I'm not afraid to lose family or friends. They get just out of disrespect and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Um, but yeah, at the end of the day, it is what it is. So me, I ain't tripping like based off it. Like I'm not like wilding out based off anything that thing because I don't bring it up anymore. I don't even say it. I brought it to that person that one day. Haven't talked about it since right now. But since like I said, that shit's not bothering me because words don't hurt me. You know what I mean? Like the only thing that bothered me is just how they chose my name. You know what I mean? And that's when I knew where I stood in the situation of things. So that's where I put my time into myself to realize I know where I stand. So I know what to do from there. I'm not tripping out. And because I'm close to this person that's also part of this group, you know what I mean? I have to adjust. And it's not being like sneaky or anything like that. It's more being like, um, I just got to make decisions that's best for me at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's not to hurt anyone. It's not to disrespect anyone. It's just, I'm not doing that because of that, because I just know me and my mindset and where I'll take it to if it gets any further. So it is what it is. I'm not mad. Nobody gets disciplined. Nobody gets hurt. You know, what I mean, we good. Ain't no, I got bigger shit and stuff to fry, to worry about than to be worrying about little shit like that. But that was basically the big things that happened in the last few weeks. Besides me mentally being off for some reason, like I don't know what the fuck it was. Like I'm telling you, I was having strange days, bro. Like and they were happening for quite some time, and then now I'm back and I'm better. I want you bad as ever. Don't need to let her. I want you make you better. Baby, it's whatever. Somebody gotta step up. Um, but yeah, I'm on a different time now. You know what I mean? Like it just I'm saying it out loud because of the fact that I didn't tell nobody this. I didn't tell anybody that I talked to in general. I didn't tell my homegirls. I didn't tell nobody. You know what I mean? I just kept it to I'm gonna tell the audience because this is just where I think I don't need if people are gonna decipher it from there and people don't need the details. The only person I told is that one person because I'm close to this person in a different way. So this is why I said it. Other than that, I would have never said it to anybody else. I'm only saying it out loud because I'm just telling you what I just been through in the last few things and how you shouldn't take disrespect or allow disrespect or at least put your foot down when you're supposed to because sometimes in situations that I go through, they might do it again. And because you didn't say nothing the first time. You know what I mean? So, and that's one thing I don't want to happen again. I don't want to be that mean. And I think I'm gonna come out mean or worse. You know what I mean? Because I don't care how you feel. Just like you don't care how I feel. You know what I mean? So that's where my mindset will push me at. I'll just be like, I'm not fucking with that. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. I'm not putting my time into that. I'm not wasting my time with some shit like that. I'm gonna say it right there and then. I didn't say it the first time because I was trying to be a nice person. We was in front of a group of people and I was trying to be respectful, especially to the older folks that were there. I wasn't trying to be something in because I could just become that nigga. And I'm that, like I said, people try to take your niceness to be a weakness. And I'm very nice, which is why people try it. Hmm. Like it's the fact. Like I'm very nice. I'm nice to everyone. I don't disrespect nobody. I'm not coming for nobody. I'm not trying to beat nobody. I'm not in competition with nobody. Like I'm not doing shit like that. There's nothing I need from somebody that's gonna benefit my thing. I'm in my own race. You know what I mean? I'm not. There's nothing I need to do against somebody. But you can see there's hate from corners. You know what I mean? There's hate from little corners, and you can just think like, damn, nigga, like, what you hate on? Cause you ain't me. Like you ain't, or you ain't hating on. What is it do you hate on, bro? Like I don't understand. Like, and then, like I said, when you have somebody that kind of allows the group to do that, and then just stay along with it, it kind of tells you where you stand with them, and that's how I feel in a sense too. Like I don't know exactly where I would stand with them as much as they may feel some type of way for you and all that stuff, but that still doesn't make me secure where I stand just because we we have to associate with that group. You know what I mean? In a sense, well, I don't have to, but they have to. You know what I mean? They have to associate with the group, so I don't have to do that. I like so that's why I'm like, and in ways I still have to in a sense. So and like I said, it makes sense to you if you pay attention to the shit that I say and the shit that I talk about, like yada yada yada. But this is an all new case. Nobody. This is a brand new thing. Like this is never. This is not even part of anything I've said in the past. But if you understand, like why I'm just trying to keep it brief and direct, but like not about direct people because if I say the direct names, which I'm not scared to say, I'm just saying I'm not saying their names just because I'm not here to start the problem. It was never a big ass issue for me. It's a huge issue for me, but it's never an issue to where I had to go to them for it because it only happened once. So I'm trying to prevent this to happen again. And it had me in my mindset to be like, I just knew where I stood with people after that moment. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's something that you just got to realize either within yourself that not everybody's for you. And even if you're a nice person to everybody, you know what I mean? And I realized that long ago that not everybody's going to like you. You know what I mean? Like cuz not everybody fucks with me like they used to anymore because I have no idea why. Like I really don't give a fuck why, but I have no idea why. You know what I mean? Like I used to have a huge surrounding of groups, mad people around me, everything. I'm telling you, like a huge amount of people, like just friends and family everywhere. Now I don't see any of them. I got with a previous ex like not too long ago, and it's just like the whole thing died out. Like my friendships, but I that was kind of my fault too. I made my choices not to be around those people out of respect for my the ex, because I was trying not to be in relationships and engage in certain things that can create temptation. So that was part of one things that I didn't want to do. And even with that, when I did try to do that, my ex was a problem. So, I mean, she was didn't want to deal with that, my side of my family at that point. And my fam, like, yeah, it was just crazy. She just didn't want to see that side of the world, I guess. And I never got to that side of the world. So I lost a lot of friends and family members during that stuff. And not that I'm sitting here dwelling on it. It's just that I knew what sacrifice I had to make for somebody, you know what I mean? And it came with me making choices that took losses away, and a lot of losses, a lot. And I'm telling you, I feel like I could have been in like, I'm not even gonna say it's I'm not blaming nobody. I blame myself for letting me get in those situations because I didn't pay attention to those things. But now I'm doing it more than ever. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing it with every friendship, every relationship, every family ship that I got going on. All that shit, bro. Everybody's getting the same energy, the same smoke. It goes for everyone. I'm not sitting there trying to be everybody's best friend because I haven't had a best friend since high school. And that friendship, God knows where that went because I don't know what the hell happened. Even with that, I wish I could give you a story of how I lost my best friend, like friendship out of nowhere. I have no idea what happened. He had gotten a girlfriend and then just disappeared. Nigga didn't want to do chill with me. I had no idea what happened. So I was just like, I never flirt with his girl. I never was interested in his girl. It just in high school he wants to go do his own thing, and that was cool. I mean, I had no problem if you want to chill, but why did you stop being my best friend? I had no idea. You know what I mean? It was just like that energy shifted, and that was crazy. So that from then on just told me after high school I didn't need a best friend. You know what I mean? I didn't need best friends. I had tons of friends. Everybody was around me all the time. I was DJing at one point. Everybody's coming to the shows. Everybody's going to the live events. Whatever we was doing, we was partying all the time. A bunch of friends there and all that stuff. After that, and I tell you, I got my ex, and then that shit changed. And then, like I said, I made my decisions, but I think a lot of people also made decisions not to chill with me either. Mm, that's cereal there. But yeah, they also made decisions not to chill with me themselves. So it wasn't just me. I wasn't just sitting there trying not to make relationships happen or make things happen. But that's just how the game goes. You got to make sacrifices for certain people that you love. And if people can't respect that, or at least still be around you, engaged by you, just because of the fact that you're not in the same tune as them at that moment, because of the fact that you decided to make different choices, then they're not people for you. You know what I mean? Like they're not the people you should be around. And that's something I think I learned in lessons, to understand how people work, talk, act, and how I should approach things in certain times. Yeah, I can be very out there and just be like, oh, yo, like I'll violate. Just I'm telling you, I could scream at you, I could violate you and that stuff because now I'm beyond my limit. Like now I'm not beyond. You know, if I'm beyond my limit, beyond my limit, I'm like probably on Hawk mode. Like I'm the Hawk. You know what I mean? Like that's beyond my limit. But if I'm shouting at you and screaming at you, that's just the most you're gonna get from me. But if I'm on Hawk mode, bro, you're gonna see anger like a motherfucker, and it's scary even for me. You know what I mean? But I'm not a dangerous person. I'm not there to hurt nobody. But at the same time, I'm not there to be disrespected either. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I'm not going to tolerate is any disrespect, because sometimes I would stay shut through disrespect. I just wouldn't waste my time with people who would just say certain things in front of me, and I would just let it go. I would just let that go all the time. Like they would say certain things as a joke, and then you just be like, you just let those little jokes go, but it sounds like those personal in there. You know what I mean? That was happening like through my lifetime. I was a kid. I just let shit go because I was just not taking things personal. I wasn't taking things as direct or like, oh, but the niggas joking around. That's exactly how I took it. Niggas just joking around, whatever. He's just saying thing. But when I wasn't paying attention that when they were joking around, those were the same people that was secretly hating on me. You know what I mean? Or felt some type of way about me, which I didn't know why. Like, what's the problem? Where was the friction? What happened between me and you that we had to that happened? You know what I mean? So either somebody came up to you and started talking to you about me, or and pushed another idea about you about me, or you feel comfortable to act like that, or you just feel some type of way in general, or I did something to you and you just not speaking up about it. And that's one thing I am big about is communication. If you're communicating with me and we're having a conversation, we should be talking easily. We should be getting through a conversation easily. We should be able to talk to each other without feeling like we are stabbing each other. You know what I mean? Like, or trying to disrespect each other. And that don't happen often these days. You can't talk to somebody to where things, especially me sometimes. I'm one to flip out first because of the fact that I shouldn't be having this type of conversation in the first place. Nigga, if you loyal, you my nigga, or you my homegirl, or you my bitch, or you whatever you are to me, nigga, it's loyalty. They shouldn't people could disrespect you to play you, whatever, but you still should be loyal. You know, there should be a line of loyalty there. If you're not loyal, then that's not my energy. I don't tolerate just disrespect if you're not loyal. Nigga, you just disrespecting me and you're not loyal. So that's just where it's at. You know what I mean? Like loyalty is the biggest thing for me. You can disrespect me all you want, play me, but if you're loyal to me, that means we still good. You know what I mean? But if you're playing me and disrespecting me and there's no loyalty behind it, that means I gotta watch my back with you. You know what I mean? Like, because if you're loyal, the loyalty wouldn't even tolerate disrespect. You know what I mean? It would even come with disrespect. Loyalty comes with more with respect, honor, and communication. You know what I mean? Like, and not everybody gets along, but there's still honor and communication when you have respect and loyalty for somebody, even though you may disrespect somebody. You know what I mean? Like that makes more of a thing, like for me, and I that's how I roll my energy. So not like I said, I realized more than anything, I put myself in groups just because of the fact that I can vibe with anybody. I can sit there, chill, whatever, be in my own head, but I can vibe with anybody. Some people are just fucking corny and boring that it just gets corny. You know what I mean? Like, especially when the jokes are not funny, sometimes it's just and you just let people just sit and just laugh to themselves and you just it's just not funny, bro. Like it's not everything y'all say is funny. Yeah, little things that come out, whatever. It's not always funny to me, bro. Like y'all niggas be balling over the dumbest shit sometimes, and I'll just sit there and just be like, but apparently I'm out of energy. You know what I mean? Like I'm the person that's just not flowing with the vibes. Nigga, I'm just not laughing to this shit. It's just not funny. It's just not it. But one second. Yeah, some of the things they say is just not funny, and I'll just sit there and I think, but I vibe to any group. Anybody I chilled with, they know the vibes I bring. I push, I put the level on, or whatever the case may be. So, like, I'm not there to ever bring anybody's energy down. I'm never there to think I'm always laughing at people, joking with people. But if I'm just not in your jokes, it's because either I don't get the joke or it's just not funny. And most of the time, some people just corny. You know what I mean? So you just take it as it is. Take as whatever you hear it is. But at the end of the day, that's just how I'm vibing. That's my energy, and that's what it's always gonna be like now. You know what I mean? I'm not a Debbie Downer. I can always go out. Anybody that went out with me always had a great time. I've never had a time where it was a bad time unless we was just bad in energy. Like we just didn't you know, we don't connect. You know what I mean? And most of the time I connect with everybody, bro. Like it's not a person I don't talk to or vibe with, bro. It's not a person I can't have a conversation with. I'm not saying I'm the best person to talk to, but I'm kind of the easiest person to talk to because I conversate easily. But some people just boring, and some people just not intriguing to talk to, or they're just not funny, or just don't know how to take a real joke instead of one of those subliminal jokes that are direct. You know what I mean? Because it always has to be about somebody. You know what I mean? Like I'm not confrontational. I don't need to talk about everybody and their bullshit just to get a laugh out of shit. You know what I mean? I don't need to be like that. So that's why I say I never tolerate the disrespect. Always continue to do what you have to do for yourself. Um, don't let don't let disrespect happen in any type of group. You just know your people and know yourself. First thing, know yourself because you'll know exactly what people needs to be around you when you're supposed to be. As it goes for the situation that previously happened, like I said, I ain't tripping. I still show up around. I'm still gonna show up around them, but at the end of the day, that's not nothing that's gonna phase me unless it happens again. And I said it fairly, and I said it this time around. I'm not gonna be nice about it the next time. You know what I mean? So that's just it. But other than that, I know what to do for myself. You know what I mean? And also, I feel like anybody else that goes through any personal situations with anybody's friends, family, or whatever the case may be, your personal relationship with your significant other or anything, make sure you know you got yourself checked out and right first before you put yourself in any situation. Some people are just lucky to have people to stand by their side while they go through their mental situations and push them and try to help them and guide them. But then again, you also got people who can still do that and still do dirt to you. You know what I mean? So don't always believe in just because somebody's being nice to you, it's always a nice thing. You know what I mean? Because there's always somebody got different intentions sometimes. So you just gotta pay attention to those little things. As you get older, you start to get wiser. And as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize the little things, even though I've always said I was in these live events from Galaxy Made Studios, which I didn't do the opening for. Um, for these type of things, I'm usually the person that's always paying attention to things because my intuition is very high. But at the same time, I'm always letting things go a lot. You know what I mean? And I felt like that was one of my biggest problems is letting things go when I shouldn't be. So and letting just people say what the fuck they want. You know what I mean? Because I don't care about how people feel about me or in general. You can say what you want, but as soon as you start being disrespectful, that's where it changes the game. You know what I mean? And that's what I can't tolerate. And so my mindset falls into that category of like I'm never wasting my time with a group of people that don't respect you initially. You know what I mean? Have no like they have intentions for you, but you don't know if it's real intentions or just an agenda. You know what I mean? Um, especially when you provide stuff for it. You know what I mean? In a sense, that makes more sense in a way, just because it would make sense if I gave detail, but it's just like they get something out of something. You know what I mean? Instead of it just being, well, you're gonna get there. You know what I mean? You're gonna do what you have to do. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like that in a sense, but I don't sit there and doubt anybody's intentions until I see them. Um, But other than that, I gotta be getting off because I gotta be heading to work. If I do get on tonight, I will be on just talking shit. I'm trying to do the director's cut for Galaxy Made Studios. The trailer that I showed you earlier today, the Letchworth Village. I do need to do the director's cut for it. I just haven't done any of it. Um, but it's a live event, so I don't know exactly what day, but I don't know if I want to do it tonight, but I don't know if I'll do it tonight. I'll probably do tomorrow. You never know. I never know. Just might, but I gotta be making my way up out of here very, very soon. So I need to get myself ready and out of here. But I thank you guys for coming on to the show. Anybody's gonna come onto the show, show me love. Anybody that comes on later, you already know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, show me love, leave a comment, show me how you feel about, disrespect, tolerate, disrespect, loyalty, communication, what you feel is going to go on. You already know this is the Galaxy Made Studios sponsored live event for the Static Mike channel. You already know every time we come here. Today we brought the static, but I didn't give you full detail. If I would have brought that full static, man, you would have saw me talk passionately about it, like fully passionately about it, and it feels so confident to where it would have felt like, damn, this nigga's probably wants to hurt somebody. But at the same time, that's not where I'm pushing my mindset to. I'm trying to be a better person. But like I said, I brought in the statics because that's what we own, the Static Mike channel. Anytime you come to the Static Mike channel, you got to bring it to us, man. We got to give you something, and this is a little something. I'm sorry I've been gone for quite some time. It's 11:11. You already know. Thank you, Father Jesus Christ. We're seeing angel numbers. At the same time, like I said, when we come to the show, we give you a little something at least to talk about, or at least to comment. But it's your choice to comment, like, share, subscribe, show me some love. You already know we on the Galaxy Made Studios live event, Static Mike channel. It's your boy Royalty Rodriguez, and anytime you come to the show, you got to bring the static. And I'll see you guys very soon. And it's either gonna be tonight or it might be tomorrow. But I'll be doing the best I can to get on because I really like doing this and I like engaging and talking to people and all that stuff. But even though at this per minute time I'm talking to myself, but nobody's up at this time, I guess. So I'll see you guys later. You already know it's your boy Royalty Rodriguez. Stay royalty, everyone. Peace.